Yeah, they will fight that. They will fight that.
A lot of people don't know that.
They will
A lot of
fight that.
people don't
Yeah.
know that.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. They will fight it. That's why we have to try to figure
Central
out different
Park,
ways. Like we
Central
have to
Park,
start
they
to
over.
use. Yeah, that's why the education is important.
It's
Is
important.
this younger generation, like letting them know the system so they could infiltrate,
Yep.
the laws, like politics. Like those are the
Mhm.
things that we have to start doing.
Yep.
We have to hit this
Yep.
from all angles at the same time. Because here's the thing: if we do it from one, just do one thing at a time,
Yep.
it's easy to squash it. If we
Yep.
do it from all angles at the same time collectively, it's going to be hard to stop it.
Right. I don't know. Oh,
Not
she
too
is
much on
behind now.
Dexter,
I
Willie.
guess
Not too much on Dexter.
I guess keep on.
Hold on.
You like,
I
oh,
don't.
I'm done with him.
So I don't
She
know.
like,
I don't know if it was Willie
I
who brought
missed it.
up the
What did he say?
like.
he
Oh,
was
I
going
didn't. She
after
muted
you.
him.
He
He
said
was
you're
going
I
not
after you.
know.
capable for this conversation. That's what he said. And I
Right.
said not too much on Dexter.
Right. Right.
So a lot of
Right.
people have this question. I don't know if it was Willie, whoever put in the comments saying that it needs to be like a foundational African or Black thing for reparations. So I don't know if you guys know about what's happening in California, but I mean, I brought it up and I can't put it in the comments. But this website, if you go to it, they're going over different findings.
Your thing went out.
I know.
It's okay.
There's a California reparations task force right now that's currently going over different information. Like these are some of their findings, going over what happened in colonial times, all the way down to specifics like what happened in California alone with like different Black artists and different things, how they were discriminated against, how redlining had issues here specifically in California. So they're not just considering like the foundational, you want to say the foundational Black stance on just slavery. This is like generations of issues, right? Going from slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, all the things that have subjugated our people to different things. So I understand the argument of saying it should be foundational, but you can't sit here and say that if you want to say foundational, their argument right now in the federal government is if you say it's foundational, then the people are for us like are existing today, right? Technically, we didn't go through slavery, so that's their argument. So if you say if it's just based upon slavery alone, we didn't technically experience that, right, firsthand. So that's their argument. You can't just say it has to be foundational or people who only have descendants that were slaves, because then their argument is that then we don't deserve reparations. That's all I have to say.
So yeah,
So if you guys go to that,
they are.
So in California right now, it's called AB 3121. You can Google it; it's gonna come straight up. And they're having another meeting coming up next weekend, I believe. So if you guys want to follow it and see what happens in California when it comes to reparations, because I'm following it.
So the solution is like lobbying and reparations.
Well, this task force is going around they've gone around the entire state of California listening to different arguments for it. Obviously some that don't agree with it, but those findings that I showed you guys are all the things that are fighting for reparations. So all the things that will establish or be the criteria for somebody to get reparations. And it goes, like I said, it goes from the very beginning of slavery all the way down to specifics with redlining and discriminatory practices from even getting certain jobs, and specifically in this state. So if California does go through with this and it passes and they do hand out reparations to the Black Americans here that living in this state alone, I don't know how that's going to change or who's going to follow next. But I mean, it's a step in the right direction. And if you guys want to follow federally, the bill in the federal government is HR 40, which right now the Republicans keep skipping over, and they don't want to get to. Go figure, right?
Yep, I just pull up both of them, so I'll keep track of it. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
but
following it.
people have to understand that everybody else receive reparations, and everybody have a problem with African American. I don't know why people have a problem with us as African Americans receiving reparations, and I just have a problem with it because, like, Japanese have received, Jewish have received, Native American have received, but when it comes down to us, no one wants to give us reparations. Why is this a problem? So I'm being recorded, and I'm cool with that. Donnie, I'm okay. How are you? I hear. You're right. Hmm. Un-
Say unalive because we have kicked out.
yeah, you have to say unalive. I know who you're talking about. Um, hmm hmm And you are correct. And this is the reason why Haiti is paying today. Love brought this up, but she didn't know the history about Haiti. Haiti fought against the French, won against the French. They was upset that they won against them, and they taxed them so much of money because they lost the war. And a lot of people do not want to talk about that. Hmm. Mhm. 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 Right. Right. Mhm. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
David Hibiscus.
Army.
David Hibiscus. Hands with medium dark skin tone pressed together. Tulip. Red heart. Bikini. Kiss mark. Water droplets. FaceTime video.
Well, the other thing too we have to address is the other black people who fight against reparations. Also,
Mm.
they have another one that actually holding trying to hold back progress when it comes to that. So I mean, it's not a big issue, but it's an issue at hand. But I do agree. But I'll always keep saying it. We have to fight this thing economically. We have to fight it economically.
We do.
We have a lot of resources, we have a lot of money, but that education part of it is knowing how to spend money, knowing what to
Mhm.
do with it. When it comes
Mhm.
to collaboration, we have
Mhm.
to start collaborating because
Yep.
that is what they do is understanding the system. The educational part is understanding the system that is actually against us, so then we could use it, for our own advantage. Because we have a lot of resources. Like my
Right.
brother, he he's starting to work with guys in Africa, and that's the same
Mhm.
thing that they say. Like, places in the Caribbean, they're trying to reach out in the Caribbean so then we could start
Mhm.
trading and stuff like that. So then we could actually start, spending money with each other because they
Mhm.
have all the resources. They literally have all the resources. When you're talking about all the phones that we have, you're talking about all the materials we need for electric cars or regular cars, like everything, all the resources is literally there. Other
Right.
countries is using, they going in there with their money and corrupting countries and leaders in order to just give them wealth so then they can, take all of it themselves.
That's right.
It have a lot of
That's right.
countries who trying to fight it by trying to reach out to other, black companies or countries
Mhm.
to start
Mhm.
trading so then we can
Mhm.
start building our wealth together.
That's
So
right.
then
That's
we can
right.
start building military and stuff like that. So like because that's the system that works for white people.
Mhm. Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
So we
Mhm.
have to start doing that. We can't
Yep.
be still listening to this individual mindset that, you know, white people have been trying to preach to us. Well, they indoctrinated to indoctrinated us into believing this because it's easy to conquer individuals. It's easy to persuade individuals. It's easy to indoctrinate individuals.
That's right. That's
So that
right.
education part, it is really, really serious, but it's how we go about it. We have to do it in a very smart way. So then we could tackle the economic side of it. So then we
Right.
could, bring ourselves up.
That's right. That's right. Miss Tosh.
So I was looking at something about wondering. Like,
Oh, hold up, Donnie. Hold up, Donnie.
I
Miss Tosh.
no, I agree with. I mean, I agree with all this. I'm just like, for me, you know how I am. I'm a progressive person. I don't like to sit on things, and I like progress. So, like, I was just curious as to where HR 40 sits right now in the federal government and who's actually co-sponsoring it, right? So I was looking at it, and not one Republican, because this is why I hate when people come up and they say we need to vote. We need to stop voting blue. Stop voting blue. Stop voting blue. But there's not one Republican co-sponsoring HR 40 or for reparations currently in Congress. But you guys want us to vote red. Why do you want us to vote red when it goes against our own needs? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at that right now. I'm actually looking at it right now. Like I
Well,
don't.
I could address that, and I had to correct some people yesterday on a live when people keep saying, both parties are the same. And I would be like, that is one of the most dangerous things to say. It is not the same anymore.
Yep.
We could have said that about 20 years ago. It is not the
Right.
same anymore. Not because I was like, you can't ignore if one side is actually trying to do something and
Mm-hmm.
the other side is
Right.
stopping them from doing it,
Right.
and then
Right.
say that both of them are the same because, yes, the impact is the same, that nothing is getting done. But you
Right.
can't say that the aggressor and the one who is on the receiving and who is actually trying to do stuff, they're on
That's
the
right.
same thing. You know what I mean? It's
That's
not
right.
the same.
They're all
And it's,
Democrats. These are
yeah,
all the
it
co-sponsors
frustrates
for
me.
this. These are all the co-sponsors for this. They're all Democrats, not
And
one Republican.
they're willing to work and try to give us reparations, but the Republicans and people continue to sit up here and try to tell us that we need to vote red, but these people are all Democrats that are
They're
here
all
trying to give
Democrats.
us
Not one Republican
reparations.
is here.
Exactly.
All Democrats. Donnie, you have something to say?
It's a long list.
Donnie? Hmm. Yep. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, my daughter is 10 years old.
Hmm.
You mean like IT services, right? Hmm.
Yeah, my daughter is 10 and I started to learn coding.
Right. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We could build wealth. Dexter, what was you saying?
No, I say I agree. My daughter is 10
That's
and
true.
I actually started I've downloaded an app for her to learn coding for that same exact reason. I literally
Right,
did that like about a month ago.
right. Twilight.
That's true. No, I just got here. I agree. The coding we needs to learn. If you study these cryptos, right? And I'm not trying to take you off subject, but look at these people who are running these cryptos. These are these foreign Russians, and it's funny because aren't we having war with Russia? But yet they're owning and controlling these type of bitcoins.
Yep.
it's so strange,
Hmm.
and I don't understand it, but it's something more to it. But he's right. We've got to learn the computer. The IT
Got to learn it.
controls everything. Computer.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly.
and I totally agree with Donnie. He's right. He's telling the truth. We need to learn this method. We need to learn the crypto. We need to build these apps ourselves. I was I
Ourselves, right?
invested in the app. It was a guy, I forget the name of it. Black Black Zoom or Zaz or something like that. It's almost like TikTok.
Amazon.
What is it?
Amazon.
Blazon. And he still haven't came out yet. He's still trying to get investors. But yeah, he's coming out with almost just like TikTok. So I invested in that. So waiting for him to get that off. But yeah, we need to try to get our apps out. We need to get a lot of stuff. We need to come together and do a lot of things. So you guys, I thank y'all because I'm about to get off. I thank y'all for coming on here. Donnie, thank you for even just bringing this up. Twilight, thank you for coming on here. Dexter, you know I enjoy you coming on here. Wifey, thank you for coming up here. You guys, y'all made a great everything about apps, computers,